What's up, Aztec fans? Agustin Gonzalez joined with Edward Lewis, and we're coming at you from Qualcomm Stadium, where Boise State just took down the Aztecs 52-35. Edward, everything pretty much went bad for the Aztecs in the first quarter. There's 3 turnovers, and Rocky Long said, "You've seen some as bad as this, but you don't see any worse."
It was just embarrassingly bad, and it's not like one of those turnovers, those 3 turnovers where they disguised the coverage or some guy got popped really hard and the football came out. Or I mean, the first interception Ryan Lindley threw was to a defensive lineman. I mean, he threw it right at him in between the numbers. The Leon McFadden muff punt, fair catch the ball. Why are you taking in a kick at the 10-yard line with 6 guys running at you? So he muffed that. That was just dumb. And then Brandon Davis going at the 20-yard line. You're not going to get anywhere. He breaks the tackle at the 20, gets hit again, then gets hit again, and then fumbles. It's just 3 just dumb mistakes. And I know we were talking about it before we're filming this, is just SDSU finds a way in big games to just completely fail. At Michigan, they come out just extremely flat, come out terrible game plan, let Denard Robinson run all over them, and then by the time they wake up and realize that, oh gosh, like we're in this game, they're already down 21-0. TCU, they fumble at the 1-yard line going in, and then it turns into a 14-point swing and they lose that game. Boise State, they come out in the first 10 minutes and turn over the ball 3 times in their own territory. Just a terrible, terrible team right now against big programs, and they really need to fix it.
And then, like you said, it's frustrating. Kellen Moore got the ball back with 1:30 left in the second quarter, and he scored with about 40 seconds left to put them up 42-14 at the half. But Edward, a positive tonight was Adam Muema with Hillman nursing a high ankle sprain. Muema had 13 carries for 119 yards and 2 touchdowns on the ground. What did you think of his performance tonight?
Yeah, his stats are a little overinflated because he did have an 81-yard run, but with that being said, that 81-yard run was sick. I mean, you saw something in Muema that you see in Ronnie Hillman and a Walter Casey and a number 1 back. First of all, he broke a tackle to break that 81-yard off, and then he outran a Boise State team that has guys that run 4.4, 4.5s, 4.3s on their team, and he outran them to the end zone 81 yards. So he's got the speed, he's got the power. You saw that. He scored 3 touchdowns tonight in his first career start. I think a lot of that has to go to the offensive line as well, because seemingly any guy they put back there at running back, whether it's Casey, whether it's Hillman, whether it's Muema, I mean, even Dwayne Garrett in practice and Chase Price in practice look great too. So dap to them, because nobody else played very well tonight, at least in the first half. In garbage time, a lot of guys stepped up, but in the first half, nobody played really well, and Muema and the offensive line were trucking along. So hats off to them.
Mm-hmm. Edward, we ride for Rivals, and Rivals is based on recruiting, and tonight was supposed to be a big recruiting night for the Aztecs, and you talked to some of them before the game.
Yeah, I got here a little late, but I did see some faces. Nico Saragusa was here, Quade Miller was here, Matt Morin was here, Ben Moa commit was here. A lot of guys were here. I had a couple guys ask me on Twitter, is this going to affect their recruiting? I don't think at all. All of them told me, look, I'm just here to see the crowd, to see the atmosphere, to see where I could play next year, and I don't think the loss affects anything. I think they're all still going to commit. I think Nico Saragusa is still pretty close to committing, so it's not a terrible loss like most people would think it is amongst recruiting.
Now, the loss drops the Aztecs to 6-4. Edward, in your opinion, how does this kind of shake up the bowl picture?
Well, Wyoming and Air Force both won today. Wyoming is now bowl eligible, and they own the head-to-head, I guess, tiebreaker if you were to pick a Wyoming over SDSU in a bowl game. And Air Force has 1 game left against Colorado State, who's 3-7, who SDSU just pounded on without Ronnie Hillman and Walter Casey. So they should win. They should become bowl eligible, which means, like Ryan Lindley just said in the post-game press conference, SDSU is going to have to win their next 2 games in order to be in one of those 4 bowl games, because there's 5 bowl eligible teams in Mount West and only 4 games available. So SDSU got his work cut out. I know UNLV and Fresno State aren't exactly Boise State, but I mean, 18-15 against Colorado State. New Mexico, they struggled for a while. These aren't in slam dunk wins by any means, especially with the way SDSU is playing of late. So big 2 weeks coming up for SDSU.
There you have it. The Aztecs next take on UNLV next Saturday in Vegas, and we'll be there. For Edward Lewis, I'm Agustin Gonzalez. Thanks for kicking the extra point with us,